Good morning, my magnificent ones. Sue Paulson here, your magnificence mentor. In the movie Shirley Valentine, our heroine says at one point, "Why am I leading such a little life when inside I am so much more?" That particular statement struck such a chord with me when I heard it, because I had been feeling similarly that I have this bigness inside me, this magnificence inside me, but here I am leading this little life. It felt like a little life. It felt as if I were burdened by the everyday nonsense that was going on, that I couldn't break out and be all that I was, because I had bills and I had worries and I had chores and things I quotes had to do. Well, it's all about perspective, really. What if in every moment of every day we get to do these little moments of magnificence? We get to transform what we've been doing from one thing to another, because we are spiritual beings through and through. Spirituality isn't just a part of us, it is us. We are that. Here we are in a physical body that was coming through our spirituality. So, in this physical form, we get to do all kinds of things that we literally couldn't do in spirit form. So, so this is a gift. This is a huge, despite how dense we might feel at times, and how hard it can feel to slog through day by day, minute by minute. If we shift our perspective in saying, whoa, number one, I chose this. I chose to be here now in this moment. So, what am I going to do with this moment? I could view what's in front of me. Oh, my kitchen's messy and I have to clean it up. I can't even focus on the things I'd like to do because I have to get my kitchen cleaned up. Or I could say, wow, I get to transform this mess into order and cleanliness and sparkliness, and enjoy not only the process of transformation of that, but the end result. So the journey to get there and then the end result of that. Same thing in anything in life, that we're kind of conditioned and programmed to see life as a chore, to see life as just something to get through, with the vague hope that, well, maybe things will improve, maybe things will get better. Well, what if you could make them better right here, right now, simply by shifting your attitude? Now, I know that it seems like kind of a fairy tale, maybe. However, I've had firsthand experience of that. In some of my darkest moments, I could feel the sun on my face and feel transformed by that. I could breathe the fresh air and think, whoa, this is such a privilege. So, but it's all about perspective. Or I could just say, oh, well, there's pollution out there today, or my allergies are acting up. And I can make all kinds of excuses to keep myself smaller than I really am, to keep myself in this little box that I'm just yearning to burst out of. But oh no, I don't know what would happen if I did this or that. So it's an interesting challenge for us. So today, when I was in my meditation and connecting with my counsel, I have this cool spiritual counsel that I meet with whenever I feel like it, and we chat about this and that, and they have given me such joy in the information that they have to offer. And so much of it is about perspective. So much of it is shifting my mindset, what I've set my mind to that feels like it's carved in stone, but it isn't really. And say, well, what if I looked at it this way? And it might only be a 1 degree shift. It might only be just a tiny bit. And I'm going, whoa, I never looked at it that way before. Wow. And it can mean everything in the way you go about your day. I know it's made a huge difference for me. So this shift out of suffering, the shift out of worry, out of feeling burdened, well, that's all inside of me. Somebody else might not feel burdened about that at all. They're whistling. My grandfather always whistled on the farm on the way to do his chores. And it was a delight to hear. It's 4:30 in the morning when he was doing this, and I'd wake up because I'd hear this cheerful whistle, and somehow, even though I'd go back to sleep, it would brighten my morning because he was whistling on the way to work. And I thought, well, that's a shift in perspective. That's an attitude that we can take into our day and say, oh, okay, I get to, and for him, oh, I get to milk the cows, I get to clean out the barn, I get to plow the fields, all of those basic things. So I think it was a Buddhist quote that said, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Now, when I first heard that, my perspective was, oh, well, doesn't matter how enlightened you are, there's always wood to chop and water to carry. And so just get on with it. But now I think, what if before enlightenment, that felt like a burden? Oh, well, I just got to get through the day and make sure there's enough wood to keep us warm and enough water to nurture our bodies and do whatever with. But then after enlightenment, I'm going, whoa, this is a privilege. I get to chop wood. I get to carry water. It's a joy to participate in that because this is it. This is life. This is my life. And so as you think about your own day-to-day existent, moment by moment existence, think about your perspective and how you go about it. Because if we're striving for ease, if we're striving for peace, if we're wanting joy, we're wanting more delight in our lives, and we want to really tap into and embrace that magnificence that we are, it's looking at our viewpoint and then shifting, changing our perspective to one that feels better. So that's my challenge for you today, my magnificent ones. Think about your perspective and how can you go about your daily things from a spiritual base and say, wow, I get to do this today. So go be your magnificent self. I hope you subscribe to this channel. Tune in whenever you like. More to come. Blessings.